This presentation will focus upon the rapidly growing Nigerian city of Lagos, which is continuing to attract thousands of people each month, such that it's expected to have over 30 million people living there by 2050. We have here on the screen some important keywords that are used regularly in geography and are important to know. They're set out like revision cards, with the first term being migration. Migration is the movement from one place to another. The next key term is immigration. Do you know what this means? Immigration is when people move to live in another country, such as people travelling from the DRC to go and live in Nigeria. The opposite term is emigration. This is when people move abroad to live, such as people leaving Nigeria to come and live here in the UK. Pause the show now, ensuring you know these key terms before moving on. We're going to look at the different reasons for migration to Lagos. As you can see, they are broken down into four main categories. The main driver is economic migration, because people want to earn more money, and generally they earn 4 times more in Lagos than the rest of Nigeria. Social migration is when people migrate to join up with friends and family who have already made the move and put down roots already in another place such as Lagos. Political migration is big in the north of Nigeria, where the Islamic Boko Haram terrorist group are forcing people to flee their homelands. The fourth cause for migration is from environmental reasons. Northern Nigeria suffers from prolonged droughts, making it hard for people to survive. Climate change is making these problems even greater today. Pause the slide to ensure you know what these key terms mean. When talking about migration, geographers focus upon push and pull factors. It's important that you know these terms, so we have here the push factor set out like a revision card. Push factors are negative reasons to make a person to go and move away. These problems make the quality of life so poor that people decide to leave. In Nigeria, especially to the north, life is very hard. Lots of people are subsistence farmers growing food to survive, such as sorghum, yams and millet. Because the climate is unreliable, it often leads to crop failure and starvation. Climate change is making things worse for these people, making many fear for their futures there. The Islamic terrorist group Boko Haram are terrorising people with assassinations and bombings. They want to overthrow the current government and force the closure of Western-style education schools. Pause the show and make a note of what push factors mean, and note down some of the factors for Nigeria before moving on. The geography of Nigeria has played a big part in its growth. Lagos is a megacity of over 15 million inhabitants, located on the Atlantic coast in southwest Nigeria, West Africa. It grew here because it has a natural harbour, with a lagoon, meaning that it's an ideal place from which ships can trade. Today, it's an international port and home to 80% of Nigeria's industry, including international transnational companies and powerful oil companies, attracting migrants from all over the world. Lagos is also just only 200 miles away from the neighbouring LIDC Benin, which again attracts international migrants from there. Many economic immigrants also arrive from the much poorer nations of Niger and Cameroon. Pause the show and make some notes on the geography of Nigeria and why it attracts over 86 migrants every moment to go and live in Lagos. Lagos is rapidly growing every day, with over 80 people arriving every single minute of the day due to so many pull factors. It's important, therefore, that you know this term, which has been set out like a revision card. Pull factors are positive reasons that make people want to live in that particular place. Lagos has multiple pull factors that bring people from all over the world to live there. Even living in Makoko shanty town, as can be seen on the right, is preferable for some if they are able to have a stable home and income, so they can send money back to their families in the countryside, which are known as remittance payments. Because simply, incomes are over 4 times higher in Lagos than in rural areas. For most, the chance of living in Banana Island is way out of their reach, but it does attract the very wealthy, such as footballers, actors from Nollywood, and powerful foreign executives from abroad want to live in this part of the thriving megacity. Lagos also provides its residents with lots of economic employment opportunities in many tertiary jobs such as lawyers, computing, finance and business, which all pay very well. It also has lots of social pull factors such as hospitals, schools and universities to provide for its residents. Pause the show and make sure you know all about these pull factors that attract thousands of people to live in Lagos. Sometimes examiners ask about the effects of migration upon a place such as Lagos. It's important to mention both positive and negative effects. The whole character of Lagos has changed from a small fishing village by a quiet, clean lagoon to a massive megacity today. One positive is that Lagos has become very diverse, with ethnic groups from all over Nigeria, as well as many foreign nationalities who have put aside their differences to work together. On Banana Island, every year there's a diversity celebration with a big parade. Extra people in an area has the potential to create positive multipliers for the Lagos region. There are now more taxpayers to help pay for services, as well as potential customers for the city businesses. Migrants often take up less desirable jobs for lower wages, which can also boost the profits of local businesses in the area. Having so many migrants arrive in Lagos, though, does bring with it lots of negative impacts. Firstly, there's a lack of adequate accommodation, which leads to the growth of many shanty towns such as Makoko. There are meant to be over 100 of these informal settlements where people live in overcrowded, self-built homes with no proper electric, water or sanitation. This then leads to greater levels of pollution, which can contaminate the land and Lagos Lagoon. Greater pressure is placed upon the local infrastructure and amenities. Public transport struggles to cope with long traffic jams common. In the rainy season, floods are frequent, bringing waste to the streets due to the poor quality drain network. This continued urban sprawl has even led to the authorities having to build out into the lagoon to create new land away from the squalor with places like Banana Island. These are just a few of the problems there. Pause the show and ensure you know about some of the positive and negative effects of migration upon Lagos. Here we have on the screen an overview of what we've learnt with this presentation about the megacity of Lagos and why it is becoming rapidly populated, mainly due to migration from rural parts of Nigeria and today internal growth. Double check that you fully understand the reasoning behind the push factors which are driving people away from their homelands in other parts of Nigeria. Review your notes on why the favourable natural geography of Lagos has helped it to grow and thrive here ever since the city was first under British rule during colonial times and used as a slave trading post. Today, Lagos has many pull factors, being an international port and airport, attracting global TNCs to locate here. Lagos looks set to continue to have increased urbanisation for the foreseeable future. This concludes the presentation about why Lagos has so many migrants.